It's over! They did it! They did it! The job is done!
KKSE-FM HD1, Field, Denver, Boulder.
And they will lift Lord Stanley a mile high!
Denver's official home of the 2022 Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche is Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Denver, Colorado.
I live here. We've got sports falling out our ear holes. I like games.
Altitude Sports Radio 92.5 and Altitude TV.
Big, bad, and strong.
It's Moser, Lombardi, and Kane.
Let me tell you something. I have a PhD in losing.
So, Moj, okay, Vic, you might be onto something here.
Here's Vic and Brett with Mark from Tampa Bay for the Stanley Cup Final.
10 seconds now. Forecheck here from Kale McCarr. It's all the way at the other end of the ice. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It's over. They did it. They did it. The job is done. The Colorado Avalanche are Stanley Cup champions. And they will lift Lord Stanley a mile high.
And Tampa Bay is still barking at their referee. It's over, pal.
They're pouring off the bench. Colorado has defeated Tampa in 6 games.
It's over, pal. I got one thing to say this morning. One thing, and I need the help. It's become a battle cry of this show during the postseason. It came from a single-A minor league baseball broadcaster, Marty. I think he could probably say it best.
Let's get
Give me that Mike Jones, Marty.
Give it
to me.
Let's go.
Mix some Stanley Cup championship sound for me to this, Marty. Mix it.
Tracy Morgan, don't count! Don't count! Get Rocket! Restart it! Jesse!
Oh, yeah, Jesse with the glasses, baby. Big time win. That is a dub. Big time win. That is a dub.
Win more games, Cub Scout.
Yeah.
To the robot mode!
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Nailed it.
Go on now, get out of here. Get the hell out of here.
84 years.
Oh, yes. Big time win. That is a dub. Spin.
Okay. Moser looks absolutely tanked. Let me tell you how upset I would be this morning if Moser is not fully drunk right now on this radio show.
I know.
Mark Moser, put the headsets on.
I know he's drunk.
Please tell me, you have inebriation in you right now.
Before you answer that question, Moser, before that, bring it back up, Marty. I'm not done yet. Let's go! Back then, they didn't want me.
Oh! Going old
Switch it up.
school.
Mix it, DJ.
Going old school, baby.
Jock jams from 1998. Barking at their referee. It's over, pal.
It's over, pal! Shut up! You lose!
Oh, yes. Big time win. That is a dub.
How about one of you ball games?
Slap it, Jesse. Slap it.
Drunk Jesse! Drunk Moser! Hungover me!
Oh,
Stupid.
Jesse with the shades.
Oh, good God.
All right. Take it back down. Take it back. No, never mind. Bring it back up. I'm not done yet.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
If they don't play this at the parade on Thursday, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I say let's just do the entire first segment with different hype songs. Let's just go. First 10 minutes, hype songs.
Guys, grab a girl, don't wait, make the twirl.
Woo! Yeah!
Get to record, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house,
Okay.
jump, rejoice.
All right, we got to at least discuss something here in the first segment. We need something. First of all, Moj, if you were to measure your blood alcohol level right now, it's at a point what?
Point drunk?
Boys.
Is that a point
boys.
drunk? Yeah.
Boys.
Uh-huh. Boys.
I'm pickled.
Are you?
Yeah. Boys, I'm a little. Boys, I'm a little pickled.
All right, listen. Boys.
No. Listen to me. You listen to me.
Okay.
I'm a little pickled.
All right. When you start repeating yourself, you're pickled.
Uh-huh.
Moj.
Dude, it was.
So
it was.
You called
it
me
was
last night.
It was a night. Dude, I know I did. I know.
You called me last night after our postgame show, and you said, I don't know if I'll be there. And I said, you probably shouldn't. But the fact you're here.
No, I'm here.
Is wonderful.
I got you.
Tell me what you did. Please, without getting too specifics, tell me, as soon as you were done with the postgame show, because we went on forever last night, by the way. Yeah. As soon as you were done, where did you go?
I was still on the ice for a long time, milling about, talking to players' families and players, that sort of thing. And I was hot, so I raced back down the street to the hotel. I changed. Kyle and I got a shot and a beer real quick, and then we saw a ton of Avalanche fans. We took a bunch of photos and talked to them. It was cool. And then I raced across the street to the party, and I'm like, okay, we're here way early. And so then,
what do you mean the party? Would they rent out like a hotel or something?
We had a whole ballroom. Yeah.
Oh.
And then Doug goes, get back to the rink now. So I ran back down to the rink and blasted through security. They didn't care, and I ran to the room. And so fun. And I run in, and here's Alfonso next to Landeskog, and he's got goggles on, and he's soaking wet. and then I got a ton of champagne poured all over me, and I was, then you become sticky. You become a sticky human, right? You're like,
it's good stickiness,
like
though.
Spider-Man, stickiness, good stickiness.
Hang on, Alfonso, turn on your mic. I want everybody to hear how drunk Jesse still is from last night. Look at him. He can't even take the shades off right now. Look at him.
Yeah, bloodshot eyes, baby.
Dude, you sound like an aged rapper right now. You really do.
Jesse told this story in the 6 o'clock hour of, he said he drank from the cup. He texted that to us last night. And I'm like, first of all, how did you get in there? Second of all, how did you get involved in that? And Jesse, tell them what happened. So they're finding people in Av shirts and says, what's your name? Like, what happened?
Yeah, like if you were dry and you hadn't drank from the cup, they literally were like,
yeah.
What's your name? Jesse. So first they hold me upside down and stick my head inside the cup to drink. And then I told Brent, I don't remember someone taking video of me lifting the cup over my head and they're shouting my name. It was so cool.
Oh. This ain't no dry county.
Dude.
I mean, Florida will forever change Jesse Trujillo. Forever.
God, I hope in a good way, though. For God's sake, I don't want to see him sitting in a gutter and 8 years ago, where's the cup? Where's the cup? Dudes, it's such a, I remember from 01, because obviously the same thing, but it's such, everything gets let go. All of the pain, all of the, if Val's limping around and he picks that cup, he picks that cup up. I don't even know how Val Nichushkin played the game of hockey. He's hurt as a mother.
It looked like it.
And he picks the cup up and he pours it in my face. It's like.
Oh, I got a picture of that. Him kissing
me.
Hey,
did you guys get to raise the puck?
Kiss me, yeah.
Yeah.
The cup.
Did you guys get to raise it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
How heavy is that sucker? Because obviously
35
too
pounds.
heavy for Knack, who dropped it. How heavy is it?
35 pounds.
There's Nichushkin kissing Moser.
Oh, you got a kiss from Val?
Oh, wow. Moser making out last night. Nicely done.
Oh, and there's Moj hoisting the cup. How about that? Okay, so
dudes, you don't understand. You have to understand. It's
We don't understand. Moj, listen, we don't understand.
I accept this today.
This is we don't understand.
Yeah.
I went home.
Oh, it's because you're friggin' dill holes. Listen now, please, I'm begging you. It's sorry. It is everything goes away. You know, the pain, the strife, the heart, the hard stuff, all that it melts away for these guys. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm just a periphery part of it, you know, but they all understand because you've been there forever and you've done this, you've done that, and Alfonso has done this and that, and you know, and then it's awesome.
You know what's great, Moj? Moj, let me stop you right there. And I can hear it in your voice. The beautiful thing about a hockey culture, the beautiful thing about the Stanley Cup.
No, it's not about all the beers.
No,
just let Vic,
there's lots of beers. Sorry.
They share it. They share it with anybody who wants to see it, feel it, touch it. It's shared upon all. I mean, in what other sport does this happen? You know, in any other sport, you win the trophy, you win whatever you win, you hang out with your teammates, but in hockey, the fans are a part of it. Everyone's a part of the community. Everybody. You know, the cup is over everyone's head, it seems. I mean, I'd be surprised if by the end of the week, everybody from Denver should drink from the cup at some point. Everybody, put your mouth on the cup.
Yeah, boys, it's such a special feeling, and it's immortality. And honestly, so Alfonso, I got to talk to you about our boy Jesse because he works his ass, as you guys all know, right? And he does this and he does that and blah, 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 blah. So finally, I'm on the ice, I'm getting interviews, and everything's cool. And then suddenly, Connor and Alfonso show up on the ice. And Alfonso, you can't tell me, is the Stanley Cup, is it not the gleamiest, shiniest son of a bitch you've ever seen in your life?
That's why I'm wearing these shades.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
the only thing
it's the gleamiest, guys. You don't understand. And when you hold it and you lift it, it feels heavy at first, but then when it's over, it feels light. It's just the gleamiest thing ever, man. It's an unbelievable thing, boys.
Okay, so hang on a second. Obviously, we had a lot of fun here in the first 10 minutes. We'll break down a lot of what this means and look.
By the
guys,
way, I'm sorry for swearing. I swear.
Don't apologize. Don't ever apologize. I want you to be full Moser this morning.
Moser, there's nothing you can do on this radio show today to anger me. Nothing.
So when we come back, this day is
I don't want to go.
Not about us.
Brett, don't make me go, please. Don't.
Oh, you're going to go.
Make me go.
You're going to go.
Go, Moser.
No, I don't
Today
want to
it's about everybody here in the city of Denver, our community. This is about you guys, so if you want to give us a call or a text, 303-504-0925. We'll break down what this means for the Avs. I mean, what a run to the Cup. Tied for the best ever postseason record on a run for the Cup in the salary cap era. So we got to break. Moj, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have
pickled.
to. I know you are.
Pickled.
I know. A quick break here. Back in 3 minutes. All right, get to your calls, your texts in just a second. But can I start here? Because this.
God, I look like hell this morning. Listen, let me apologize in advance, okay? I mean, I went to bed pickled. I show up here and I feel like I'm half pickled.
You're overdoing the pickle thing.
Pickled.
Overdoing it.
Yeah, way too much already.
Well, it's true. Okay, hammered. Whatever you want to. Okay, how do you want to say? I'm trying to be.
Just mix it up.
Okay, I'm just trying to be polite. I get in the room last night and Jesse goes, "I'm hammered." I go, "Yeah, well, I know. I can tell." You don't have to tell me.
Okay, Moj, hang on a second.
Can see it.
Hang on. I want to get more to the festivities and what happened after, but can we talk about just this team for a second?
Look at my face.
Yeah, I know. You know what I loved about that more than anything else was I think for teams to achieve a moment like that, you need to have guys that have been doubted that break through. And there are so many different stories of that. Like if this didn't work,
here. You're right.
If this didn't work, if Tampa won this Stanley Cup final, nobody's doubting McKinnon. We know how good he is. Nobody's doubting Gabe or Mikko or Makar. But for the guys like Jared Bednar who we've seen the text throughout the last couple of years, the early exits to the postseason. Can this coach really take you to a cup? I am so happy for that guy in particular. For a guy like Darcy Kemper, who was questioned whether he should even be starting just a couple of games into this Stanley Cup final. Right. And let me tell you this. Do you know when the game-winning goal was scored? With 27 and a half minutes left in that game. And Darcy, I know only 4 shots allowed in the third period because the Avs were just buzzing that entire third. But they
shut it down,
the
Brett.
Saves that Darcy made, though, that one-timer from Kucherov.
It was on Kucherov.
That should have been a tie game.
Scared the hell out of me.
And he makes this amazing save to hold serve with that lead. Guys like Kadri, where if you heard him in the postgame, you want to talk about taking a victory lap. I loved every bit and every quote from Naz Kadri. As he said, let's just run it right now, where he was talking about his haters or the guys who doubted him. Listen to this.
As you have a lot of fans down in Southern Ontario, London, of course, Toronto, etc. What do you want to say to all those fans out there that have stuck with you and wanted to see you have this moment?
I love you guys. I love you guys. That's all there is to be said. I mean, I've had supporters in my corner from day one, never wavered. And, for everyone that thought I was a liability in the playoffs, you can kiss my ass.
I mean, it's such a perfect quote. It's so perfect. But for guys like him and Cogs and EJ and Jack Johnson that have been waiting their entire career, that moment to me was about those guys. I know that Gabe hoists the cup and McKinnon finally gets to say, I've won bleep before in my career. But how about them, the doubted on this team?
Brett, how about it's a redemptive time for so many people. That's what's beautiful about sports. When you win it all like that, the redemption stories. Kadri had one. Darcy Kemper, everybody wanted to bench him. Darcy can't play. Darcy lets in too many softies. Well, he outplayed the best goalie in the game last night, gave up one of them. A redemption story for Jared Bednar, who a year ago, after they lost to Vegas, everybody said, not everybody, but a lot said, probably not bring him back. Well, he came back. He understood his team. He pushed all the right buttons. So many players, so many people, so many pieces along the way that redeemed themselves to win this cup. It's a beautiful thing.
And you know what? Darcy didn't have to throw up a zero or anything like that. He just had to make the save. He just had to be Darcy. Make the save when you need to make the save. And that Kucherov save, boys, was a big one. I was downstairs in the VOM. The game's going over here. But I'm on this thing and watching, and because I got to get ready. You got to prepare. And he makes the save. I'm like, that's it. So once that happened, Brett, that was with about, I want to say like 5:45 left, something like that. Once he made that save, I said to myself, they ain't getting one. They just ain't getting one. That's it. Once he made that save, that was their last best gasp. And the Avs locked them down. A lot should be said about how they played that third period with the lead and how friggin' professional and studly they were the entire way. A lot needs to be said for that because they did it right, man, and they played it well. They really did.
Okay, can I ask all you guys a question that I'm sure every single Avalanche fan watching or listening to this show right now? The final 10 minutes of the third period. I'd like to know how high everyone's pucker factor was every time the pucks just crossed the center line. I mean, I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know, what do you do? Do you do this?
What do you do? Everyone identifies with you, Vic, because once the puck goes across the blue line into the zone, you're like, okay, I don't give a rat's. Get it out any way you can. I don't care. Just get it out. If
grab
you
it,
have to hit
eat
it,
it, throw it. I don't care.
Vic, you are so correct, man. You're so correct.
It felt as if the last 10 minutes, Moj, the last 10 minutes, I've never been skydiving before, but it felt a little bit like I went skydiving for the first time and my initial chute didn't open. And you're panicking to find the backup chute. Because I was in a free fall for about the last 10 minutes of that game, not knowing if I was going to splat or not.
Yeah, same thing. And and you guys see, so as the game goes on, did you see how heavy all the legs got?
Oh, my God.
In that third period?
Dude, everybody was keeled over with something hurting them, like McCarr.
Did you see Landy crawling off the ice?
My favorite part of the game. Favorite part.
So did I. I thought he got hurt. We all thought he got hurt. I'm watching with Rycroft, and we're like, oh, no. And he just, the skate blade came off, correct? The blade came off.
Kucherov on the one-timer blew his blade off. So he blocks the shot with his blade, and then the blade goes, you know what? I did my job for this game. I'm gonna check out. I'm going to the great steel silo in the sky. The blade checked out, and then I'm thinking to myself, I swear to God, if they score because blade came off, then there's no hockey justice. There's no God, hockey God.
But hang on, Moshe, hang on. Right after that happens, he's basically a fish out of water on the ice. He can't get onto his feet. He's just flopping around. And McKinnon goes full Forrest Gump, I gotta get Bubba, and carries him over to the bench and pushes him like a curling rock and just says, get the hell off the ice.
And that's what you got to do, Kaner. Once you get close enough, so you help him as far as you can, right? Or what you should do is maybe give him your stick and just pull him like a jet ski pulling a skier or something. Once he gets close enough, you just give him a shove and say, you know what, you crawl through the door and get your blade fixed.
And then John Cooper was like, too many men, too many men.
Too many
blades. God.
I know, we aren't going to talk a whole bunch about the actual game. It's all about the overall stuff. But let me say something. My annoyance level
ridiculous.
That any time the Avs did something good, we needed a 10-minute dissertation about it every single time was driving me insane. Really? Every single time something happens, we need to have a conversation with the refs about, well, why did something good happen for the other team? Is there anything that was questionable in the middle of that? Oh, my God. Cooper, from that caller that we had earlier in this Cup final, last week, who said, I want the old knuckle sandwich. I felt that so much during that game.
Well, he became the most punchable face by the end of that series.
Yeah.
And we never want to give that award to the coach because the coach is always front and center. But I'm sorry. I respect the hell out of him. But, my God, how many excuses and crap do you have? You lost. You're the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. The Colorado Avalanche are the Stanley Cup champions.
We got to get the break. I understand that. And I'm still a little bit tipsy. And Kaner's off the rocker. And Marty's having a great time.
Where's Keith?
You're doing great.
Where's Kiefer right now?
Oh,
he's in a ditch.
He's so buried in his pillow.
He's obliterated.
But I can't. What I can't do is
next second.
My mind. Okay, my mind is scattered right now because this lady in the green jacket behind you, she won't stop being a busy mother friggin' bee, and she's driving me crazy. I'm sorry. Does anybody else think that too? She's the busiest bee in the beehive, man. Yeah, she's the busiest bee in the beehive.
Okay, so here's the situation. We got to take a break. If you're on hold, Sam, Nicole, Arlie, like I said, this is about you guys today. We had to discuss a little bit. She's getting things ready.
Should I tell her to stop being that way? Just stop it. Stop working.
Hey, lady, stop working. The shirts are stacked fine.
If you guys are on hold, stay there. I promise we'll get to you next.
Good way to play in Colorado.
Get jazzy on.
All right, like I said, this is about you guys today. This is about the community that we all exist in and the insanity of fervor that you guys had for this, the emotion for this team. I mean, even Sakic said it in the postgame. I don't know if you guys saw this particular clip from him, but he said this is maybe as on fire as he's seen this town about a hockey team, and it's well-deserved.
Dude, he said that. Brett, you are so correct. You know what? In fact, this is where your instincts. And maybe I'm just a little tipsy still, so I'm gonna pay you a compliment. But this is where your instincts come through. Okay, This is where you're at your best.
Well, I'm a champion
because you picked up on that. You picked up on that right away, dude. He truly believes that. He told me last night that it's only gotten better over the years, and I said, but you knew. I said you knew the fans would come back. He said, well, yeah, because winning is fun. He said, but the building was even in my time. He said the building was never like it was this postseason, and I'm dead serious. For all you Avalanche fans out there, and we have, 600 people or whatever it is on Twitch right now, everybody listening, everybody watching on Altitude TV, you stuck it out, and that's a big thing. Kaner, you're so correct. Vic, 48-point seasons suck, and it's so hard. You're the worst team in the league by 20 points. And everybody's miserable. And Vic's face is stupid, and this guy can't skate, and the coach needs to be this, and Sakic is that. And Moser, you're the worst friggin' play-by-play guy on planet Earth. All this stuff, it hurts. That's how bad it is. But you have a plan, and you stick with it, and you keep grinding.
But
and
5 years
piece
later.
after piece after piece, yeah.
5 years later.
Kaner, the patience to do it is it's almost unthinkable.
Let's take a couple of calls now. 303-504-0925, the Max and Bet listener line. We'll start with Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hey, man. I'm absolutely still beside myself. Great night, emotional night, right? But when they won the West, my dad lives in Tampa, and he immediately bought some tickets for Game 6. And I was supposed to go with them, had a baby born premature, couldn't make it happen. Fast forward to the game, obviously great game. And then I get a text from him last night, and there's a picture of him and Moser and Kiefer just hanging out at the Marriott, having a great time. Obviously, Moser looks like he's lit already. And
yeah,
I'm like, wow, that's. I was like, you suck. I wish I could have been there. Then I get another text a little bit later in the night, and he's in this private ballroom, and I see Joe Sakic, and I see a bunch of other guys, and I said, what the heck happened? He had talked to and ran into one of the players' moms. She invited him in there. I get another text at 5 o'clock this morning. He's still up, and he's holding the cup.
Oh, that's amazing.
Raising the cup.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Sam.
Sam just figured out the key to success.
Right.
Just go straight to the moms.
Yep.
Go to the moms.
Yep.
Yeah.
The moms. That's it.
Let's get another call here.
Vic,
go ahead.
But wait, real quick. Vic, you were smart early, too. Why am I praising you guys today? Because I'm pickled? Sorry, I don't mean to say it anymore. It's shareable. The cup is shared. It's a shareable thing because it's not just an individual trophy that you take and you go home with it. It belongs to history. It belongs to no one. You know what I mean? The cup belongs to no one. That's why it's so shareable, Brett. It's a sisterhood of the traveling pants thing.
Sure.
I can't imagine how much bacteria has already festered in that thing. People drinking out of it. But it does.
Listen,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
I licked the bowl.
You licked the cup. Everybody, Mark Moser licked the cup. You made out 100%. With the cup.
100%.
Let's get another call here. Nicole is up next on the Max and Bet listener line. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
A couple things. First of all, couldn't be happier for the Avs. Legacy earned from the top down. They definitely deserve this. And then, Brett, backtracking to what you were saying earlier about Cooper, up until this series, he really had my respect. I thought he led with dignity and integrity. He was contemplative and thorough in pressers. But, your true character is revealed when you're losing. And I think it became very evident that perhaps Cooper wasn't quite as flush with integrity as he seemed. And I think that's the starkest difference between Bedsy and Cooper. Bedsy never once wavered. He maintained the same composure and attitude, whether the Avs were coming out on top after a loss. And he didn't stir the pot. And I think that's just one of the reasons why I think he's arguably the best coach in the league right now.
Nicole, thank you for the call.
That's a great call, Nicole. How about the ridiculous notion, especially by one columnist in this town, who in a column a few days ago made he alleged that John Cooper was coaching circles around Jared Bednar, and that John Cooper really was the game master here. It was a chess game for him, and he was doing all the right things and pushing all the right buttons. At the end of the day, Jared Bednar went 16-4 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. At the end of the day, he made all the right moves. At the end of the day, he's the one drinking from the cup. Enough.
Well, and on top of that, to go to Nicole's point here, and if you guys want to make this dumping on Cooper, fine. I'm down with that. But sticking with Bednar, I remember after Game 5 where you felt like there was this tenor, of you play the game at home, you lose Game 5, and now that's happened twice in this postseason, that you got a chance to clinch a series at home in Game 5. You lost both of those. You respond with a win on the road in Game 6 to, how about this, never face elimination during the postseason. Not once
Not
did
once.
the Avs face elimination. Now, with that, after Game 5, I think we all can agree, you felt like you got the short end of the stick on a few calls at Ball Arena on Friday night. And Bednar could have gone to the post-game press conference and said stuff about the refs and complained. Oh, Mo spilled coffee on himself. He could have went to the post-game and complained about refs. And, in fact, some people were saying that he should have done it. But, again, it's about that would seem so out of character for him. It would seem like a panic move. Yes,
it's not, dude, it's
but that's the point.
Him.
Between
it's
that,
not who he
between
is.
sticking with Darcy Kemper, all of this stuff, like the steady hand of Bednar through the little adversity that you did face during this postseason, I think that's what leads to you finishing Game 6s on the road like you did twice this postseason, including for this bleeping Stanley Cup.
Dude, look at my eyes.
Yeah,
you can blindfold me with a piano wire now.
We continue to look at you, Moj. It's not going to change your look. You're not going to get more attractive by the end of this show. Okay. Maybe if you keep drinking, you will for yourself.
Jesse.
You need hair of the dog, yeah.
I'm dead serious.
Should I just play this when Moser's talking?
Yeah, you should.
All
right, let's...
Jesse, listen. Why don't you run down the street to the hotel and you want to grab a couple more Miller Lights?
Do it.
Do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll give you my thing. We'll go down and get some.
All right.
Okay, we're going to start drinking this morning. Is
Yeah,
that okay with
give
you
him your
guys?
thing.
Well, now
there,
I
Moj.
feel left
Give
out.
him your thing.
Marty, you got a shock top that's been sitting back there for about 3 years. Why don't you grab
I know,
that bad
dude.
boy
There's a
open?
Coors Light that's been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
You take that one.
That sucker.
That's
Dude,
aged.
Actually, it's vinegar now, guys. I'm sorry. It's just I'm just being silly this morning, but it's so fun. You know what? Shut up,
Dude. I'll have a glass. If you crack a Miller Lite and Marty gets his, I'm here at the Sanctuary Golf Course. I'm sure they have a glass of Pinot Noir back here somewhere.
Rudy,
I was saying this this morning in the 6 o'clock hour. I said we should drink.
Kick you out.
I said we should drink.
We should.
I don't
Do
mind.
we have any booze in this place other than
I'm ready
5-year-old
to
beers?
drink.
Kaner, and I'm going to be honest. I've seen the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Yeah, I've never been in a room though for baseball or basketball. Vic, our time is coming with the Nugs. Your time is coming, buddy. But honestly, the cup is everybody's, like everybody watching right now. All the fans. It's like it's you too. It's a shareable thing.
Yeah.
It's Kaner. Now you get. Here's the problem, Brett, and I don't mean to bag.
I didn't get it. Now I get it.
You didn't get it, but now you get
yes,
it. Okay,
yes,
now you got it.
You're
okay?
in.
Listen,
Brett, you're in the club now.
I'm in the club. I'm allowed.
Brett, you're in the club.
I'm in the treehouse.
Yeah, if you experience a championship here as a Denver resident, you're in the club. So you're in. Everybody who's experienced this, you're in.
And I got a kid who's a native that's a champion now. How about that, huh?
Right. Stop. Okay, number one, stop reproducing.
Yes.
Number one,
very
impressive.
Find a
new hobby. Stop getting down. Number two, when you come out here in late 18 on your donkey and you point it towards Denver from Omaha and your mom slaps it on the ass and you start riding. You know what I mean? And then you get you don't know. You're such a neophyte. You don't know.
Okay, hang on, Moj. I know.
It's not your fault.
I know, but
it's not your fault, Brett.
We got jammed phone lines. I want to get to these calls.
We got to get to the phone calls, Moj. Your drunken stupor is starting to wear on me.
Arlie is up next on the Max and Bet listener line. Hi, Arlie.
What's going on, boys? What's going on? Let's go.
Let's go. What's up,
All right,
buddy?
Jesse, here.
Man, I'm 23 years old. I'm just out of college. I'm a Colorado kid, born and bred. I've been waiting for this my entire life. I start my my first real big boy job in about an hour. I'm hauling back up to Greeley right now, laughing my butt off listening. I've been waiting my whole life to hear Moj this hammered on the radio. I cannot believe it. I still have goosebumps from last night. And man, this is for everybody. This is for all of y'all too. The altitude guys are the greatest in the game. This is amazing.
Thank you, Arlie.
Bro,
appreciate it.
If this is your first job, what you got to do, you got to bust in as soon as you arrive and just shotgun a beer and say, "I'm here. I'm here." That's it.
It's called setting a tone, Vic. That's what it's called. Another call here. Let's get to Brian next.
Dude,
Hi, Brian.
Or
no, Goose. Goose, you're up.
Goose.
Go ahead, Goose.
Hey,
Talk to me, Goose.
Guys.
Talk to me, Goose.
First of all, I want to start off with Moj.
He can't even do it. He's so lit, he can't even do it.
I'm so happy for Nathan McKinnon because now he's always been the best on the ice, but now he has that hardware where there's no doubt for him anymore. Like the league has to just look at him as that guy.
Yeah.
He was already the best, and now he has that to be able to back him to say, I've been the best, and now I could say I've been to the fucking sorry.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, Goose. It's all right.
Dude,
I'm actually surprised that Moser hasn't done it yet.
We're going to wear out that dump button today.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, that one. Let's have a counter. Please don't curse, by the way. If you do that enough, we got to stop taking calls, so don't curse. But
by the way, Jesse's on a booze hunt. He just left. I said, why don't you go down to my room, and he goes, I'm just going to go to the locker room. This guy, dude, the locker room last night, there were the big tubs, and I'm looking for a beer. It's like Kane's house on recycle day. He's going through all the bottles and the cans. And there was nothing but.
Can I tell you something I learned, by the way? Something I learned about our head coach, Jared Bednar, last night is that he's a seltzer guy. He's in the locker room drinking a Truly, which actually surprised me. Didn't strike me as seltzer guy.
So was I, because that's all that was left.
Ah, gotcha.
Trust me. Yeah.
You know what else? Speaking of hardware, by the way, Cale bleepin McCarr, at the age of 23, has a Calder, a Norris, and now a Conn Smythe.
And a cup.
And a cup.
Dude.
At 23 years old, Cale McCarr has accomplished those things already.
His parents are great people, Brett. They're so nice. They're such good people. And we saw him last night as Kiefer and I were on our way across the street, and I'm like, what a year! And they're like, we can't even fathom this year. We can't even fathom. I mean, Gary's got a million texts from, the Brooks Bandits people in Brooks, Alberta. They're going insane. I mean, he's their boy. The family, all the friends, everybody. And here's what's cool about it: everybody who was associated with Cale, coaches when he was little, and so on and so forth. They can all share in this moment. You know what I mean? Everybody who coached with Gary, it's a big deal, man. And they're just great people. But the parents, imagine your kid. Imagine baby Jamal Cale, right? Mm-hmm. And she wins this, and this all in 1 year. It's hard to even begin to fathom it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, what is this video, Marty? I just saw it. You retweeted it. Somebody showed us video of Nikita Kucherov going nuts last night, going absolutely crazy.
So I heard that. That was, I think his problem was, Vic, because he's over at the bench. There's like 9 seconds left in the third period. Like the game is just about over, and he's losing it on the bench. What I heard was that he was looking for somebody to give him a stick, the equipment manager, and he didn't have it ready for him.
Dude, there's 25 seconds left. There's not 9 seconds.
25 seconds. So he went there looking for a stick. They didn't have it, so he started throwing things.
Wow.
Yeah, have you not seen this video, Moj? Like, go look at it. It's really weird because the game's on the line and this guy's throwing a hissy fit.
Honestly, though, the cool part is once they send it down the ice with 20 seconds. It was like 20 seconds left.
That's when you knew.
17.
Yeah.
And it goes down. There's no icing. It goes down to the corner. Mm-hmm. By the way,
that's when you knew.
That one icing call where the puck just gets to the goal line and they call icing. I'm like, and I'm actually standing next to Dave Randorf, who's my equivalent to the Lightning, the TV guy, and he goes, "Oh," I go, "Really? They're going to call that?" I said, "They're going to call icing there." Well, you know what? On the subsequent play, when the puck comes down, they waved it off, and I'm like, "Okay, that's a makeup. That is." Mm-hmm. He goes, the linesman probably hoping the Avs win now after we call icing.
You know, Moj.
Oh my God!
There could have been moments in that game where you're like, "Oh no, the worst." Like I thought it was very important. I thought it was paramount for the Avs to get off to a hot start and not have to play from behind. Well, what happens? 23 seconds into the game, Cale gets hit with that penalty, already on the PK, and then a couple minutes later they give up the goal, playing catch up from the very get-go. You want to get the momentum going early. They couldn't do that. I mean, Tampa was the better team in the first period. Tampa looked like they had the game. And then period number 2, it shifted. And period number 3. This is what makes champions so champion. The Avs took the cup. They weren't given the cup. They took it and said, we're better than you. We're faster than you. We're more conditioned than you. And you can't keep up with us. And that's what I noticed in that game. Longer the game went on, the better the Avs looked.
They did not get conservative at all. They played almost as if they were down in that third period at certain points. I mean, pushing pace. It wasn't dump and chase. They were trying to find opportunities to score, but they did all of that. Meanwhile, only allowing 4 shots in that third period when you're up 1 goal. It's so huge. And again, we got stacked phone lines here. I want to roll through a couple of more of these. Brian is up next. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Last night was amazing. I had a mini champagne shower on my porch and then had a victory cigar, and that taste of a victory cigar was just so sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Dude. Yeah, it is sweet, man. It's a long time coming, and I don't know how old Brian is, but Kane, there's a lot of people, yourself included, because you don't know. And Marty doesn't know. I mean, look at him.
Didn't know. I know now.
His ears knew, but he didn't know back in 01.
No, hey, you better treat Marty with more respect. He's a part of the team. He's a part of the Finnish broadcast team. He's like you. You guys are equivalent now.
So happy for my boys, Auntie and Ville. Been waiting for this forever.
I actually saw them last night, yeah. But no, seriously, dude, the whole new generation of fans that were on the ride and can enjoy it. And I'm talking to people over the years. I'm like, they're like, shut up, you and your stupid face, shut up, because they want it. And they've waited and they've been through misery. Man, for the fans out there, good for them too, man, for sticking with it. The diehards that just hung out, Kaner, and gave it their all the time. That's a cool thing, man.
Another call here. Go ahead, Vic.
I'm sorry. I just want to let everybody know we have some sound coming in that we got last night that I think if you're going to get emotional, Moj, because you weren't there to hear it. You were on the ice gathering interviews. Your partner, Peter McNabb, stood in the middle of the ice.
Yeah.
And people came up to him. And I'm saying everybody, all the Avalanche players, just to shake his hand and make him a part of it. And there was a moment between Peter McNabb and Gabriel Landeskog. We are going to play it for you. I'm telling you right now, I got verklempt.
Well, let's do it now. I watched this live when I was watching you guys in the post game, and like Moj, Pete is just kind of standing on his own. It's the emotion is it's kind of worn off, and now they're just chatting with each other on the ice, and Pete's setting the scene, and then Gabe just sees him, skates over to him, and this happens.
It just it was so just this fool here, Mr. Landeskog. As I said, they weren't winning without you, and I thank you for the joy that you've given us this year and all through the years. You have to be crazy happy.
Did you know, growing up when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, I had the Stanley Cup winning picture of the Colorado Avalanche from 2001 in my room as a poster until I was a teenager and I moved to Canada. And I said, when I got drafted, I said, my dream, my goal is to be in that picture wearing this jersey.
And guess what?
Isn't that full circle?
That's amazing.
Wow.
Just amazing.
But you can tell the reverence.
He was here.
The reverence with which the players, staff, coaches hold Peter McNabb. And we know what Peter McNabb has gone through a year ago. Listen, he got the worst news you can get with the cancer diagnosis, and he didn't get to travel, Moj. He didn't travel to any games this season until the postseason, until late the postseason. And it was just so cool to have him on the ice in the arena to share that experience. He's been there for all three of them.
100%. Sorry. And, Vic, here's the thing, too, about Maxey. Man, it's hard probably for us to understand. His dad won a Stanley Cup as a player, okay, with the Detroit Red Wings, Max McNabb. Didn't win it as a GM, but he won it as a player. His brother won it as an executive with the Ducks. And they would give him he should have won it. Those Boston teams were so good, but they ran into friggin' Montreal every year. And they get together. I hope I'm not talking out of turn here. I guess who cares on the next morning. But like they get together, and Max would go, Pete, there's me. There's your where are you on here? And he's like, ha ha ha. For hockey guys, and Pete has dedicated his life to hockey, man. To just see the joy the joy of winning it all, it's great for him. It's important for him as a hockey guy, who's played for it and fought for it. It's just it's a cool thing. I was so happy he was here. I gave him a big, obviously a big hug and told him I loved him. It was great to have him aboard. He went to Nashville with us, and he's like, I got to see if I can do it. I'm like, oh, let's go. I got you. Let's go. And then for the second third, he's like, I'm a little tired. I'm going to chill out. And then for the final, it's like, I'm going. I'm like, you're damn right you are. Get your ass on that plane. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's take a couple of more calls here. 303-504-0925. Let's go to Ray next. Hi, Ray.
Woo! We did it, boys! We did it! We took the cup finally! 20 years! Oh, I've been waiting for this so long, and I've been listening to you guys. They wouldn't let us watch them on TV, but I was listening to it on the radio with you guys all season. This is so good. This is so amazing. There's no feeling like this in the world. It's just like, I freaking love for this bad. Like, I didn't even realize, like, hockey, I'm 40 years old, so I was just, a teenager when we won the first time. And just to be able to grow up with these guys and just to be able to grow with the team like we have and just to be like from, to have the heart that our players have and to have just the tenacity that our team has to go from being the worst to now we got the cup. Woo! F you, Tampa.
Shut it down.
Right.
Shut that down.
Thank you, right.
There's a lot of people that have that enthusiasm, clearly, and everybody displays it differently. But I was just thinking about something, Moj. If you're going to crown a hockey town, and I know that Detroit has tried to take that title for years, I want you to think about something, people. Denver, Colorado has the Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche, the NCAA champion, DU Pioneers. They've got that young team that went to Quebec, that junior team or 12-year-old team, whatever.
Denver
they
East.
won it all.
Yeah, won it all.
The international.
The
Denver
Pee Wee
East.
team, yeah.
The high school team
Denver
won
East
the
won the
high
high
school
championship.
national
Yeah.
championship. I ask you, I beg you, is that ever happened in the history of
No.
hockey before, where a city has produced that many champions in one fell swoop? This is Hockey Town. Denver is Hockey Town right now. Detroit,
So right.
sorry, you've lost the title.
Dude, you're so right. I mean, think about it, Kaner. The Avs Quebec, the Pee Wee team wins the Quebec Pee Wee tournament, which is the most prestigious Pee Wee tournament on earth. Teams come from all over the globe to play in that MAH. Denver East, the downtown Denver East wins the state championship. Oh God, are you stuck? Oh, you're locked. Oh, what do you got? Oh, thanks. Oh, that's for you. Oh, okay, cool. And then
The hell are you
Jesse
doing?
brought back. He brought a bunch of scarves. And then the Pios win the national championship of college hockey, and then the Avs win the cup. That is so friggin' kismet, Vic. You are so right, man. Brett, do you know now?
Brett, do you know?
I think I do. You guys are the judges
Brett,
on this.
Are you sure?
Brett, I'm not sure you know.
All right, see, we're back to this now. We're back to the I'm not sure. All right, so Max and Bet Lister line is open, 303-504-0925. Yeah.
Oh, these are rad.
All right.
What's this say? Oh, it says champions.
That is still drunk Moj from last night, as he
Where's
will
the
be drunk
beers?
almost. Yeah,
There's
and
no
he
beer?
He wants more beers.
Damn it. Sorry. Damn it. Sorry. Damn it. Sorry. Damn it. Sorry. Damn it. Sorry.